Hello again, everybody. This is John Pate coming again from Permanent Quantum Solutions. Right now I'm somewhere in Henderson, Nevada. I just got lost on the bus and I just did it on purpose just so that way I would have something to do. Actually, my flight's not until Thursday at 7 a.m. so I might as well enjoy the sights instead of crying about spilled milk. Actually, what I want to talk to you about is a very sensitive subject, and it's very sensitive, and it's probably going to ruffle some feathers, and it's probably going to piss somebody off, and there's going to be some people going, "Hey man, I want to virtually fist bump you." Yeah, thank you. How many people know that depending on who you talk to, how many do you know that they've taken books out of the Bible? Now, a lot of you have grown up with the believing and swearing up and down that there are 66 books in the Bible, okay? That's what they want to show you. Now, here's the real key about wisdom. You're only getting partial of the story, meaning that whether you believe it or not, there's about 75 books, depending on who you talk to, that were taken out of the Bible. Let's just stick with 14 that was taken out back in 1611 by none other than the Catholic Church, the most corrupt organization on the planet. I mean, that's another story. But basically, I was having a conversation with a young lady on the West Coast here in the States, and it was kind of obvious real quick how, you're supposed to be a Christian, right? Which means that you're supposed to literally be open to whatever it is, right? Be kind, be generous, be loving, be all the stuff that Jesus said. I'm not taking anything away from Jesus. He was a great guy. But here's the common thread that I've seen is a lot of people will take that book called the Bible and that's all they ever freaking read. They don't look at nothing, and my God, if you tell them, "Hey, did you ever read the Maccabees?" "Oh, that's not in the Bible." Well, when you're looking for truth, you got to go and turn over stones. Just like this QAnon movement that's going on. I'll probably get penalized for saying that in this video, whatever. But the truth is, you literally have to, I'm on a bike path. I'm just trying to make sure I ain't going to get run over. I don't know where I'm going, but it's pretty nice. You can see the mountains. Well, instead of all the rambling, when you're actually looking for truth, you literally have to go and turn over every stone, question everything. You say you believe in God. Why? Because your parents told you so. You grew up in church and everything is the Bible. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Okay? Which Bible are you reading? Now, here what I've discovered is when you actually go and read the entire story, people, the entire story, not the parts that they want you to read, the entire story, you'll have a better consensus of knowing that you can actually believe what you believe instead of just believing what you were told. Meaning, just read down in the description. I'm going to put just a quick little snippet of something, and I bet you probably haven't even seen it. Most of you, oh wow, that's a nice little lizard. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm walking out here in the desert. Yeah, go figure. No place to lay thy head. Who said that? But anyways, oh wow, hopefully this mountain will show up on there. Can you see that mountain over behind my shoulder there? Anyways, when you're actually doing stuff like that and doing research and trying to find the truth of something, you got to question everything. If you say you believe in God, how do you know? Is it just because your parents told you, their pastor told you, "Hey, if you'll take this communion, you'll be saved," and all this good stuff? Well, the truth be known is you literally have to go and do research. You don't just take stuff with a grain of salt and say, "Oh, I believe it because they said it," and that's the end of it. Well, that's what they call chattel. Property, people that don't know how to think for themselves, and they're waiting to be told what to do. Now, if you'll look through all of the books and be open instead of judgmental, like most Christians are, but they're supposed to be Christ-like, but they're judging like crazy. Like that female that I was telling you about on the West Coast. well, I know that you've been studying ancient Sanskrit and you've been studying this and that and other, but I'm not going to read Barnabas. I'm not going to read the book about Judas. Why not? I can make the argument that says without Judas's act, even though he knew that it was the wrong thing to do and he felt guilty and he hung himself, without him doing that, would you be talking about Jesus' story? No, because they wouldn't have put him on the cross and killed him. That's what I'm talking about, being open. You literally have to get all sides of the story to actually make it make sense for you, so that way you know that if you believe something or if you don't believe something. Most people nowadays, they're literally just going around with the belief of, hey, you know, the government told me this, and yeah, okay. Just like this pandemic hoax that's going on. Guys, the flu microbial has been here since the beginning of time. It ain't going nowhere. And then when you do the numbers, you'll see that it's right in line with the actual flu season that happens every year. The same fearful bunch that always says, oh man, get away from me, I'm gonna get sick. Well, it's real easy to spot now, so I'm really grateful that it's happened, because now it's showing everybody's beliefs that they're operating from. And what do all angels say, or God or anybody, when he comes down and first sees you? Do not fear. Do not fear is the first thing out their mouth. It's said like 300 plus times in the Bible. Do not fear. So what does all the Christians do? Fear immediately. False evidence appearing real. So they run with it right into the grave. Literally, you kill yourself by worrying about this and, oh God, let me go clean my hands, get all the germs. The reason why I'm so excited about this is because just like all those guys that was out there in the desert walking that 11-day trip that took 40 years, here's the reason why it took 40 years. 2 generations had to go bye-bye, so that the little ones coming up would have foundational teaching from the wisdom to be able to enter into the promised land. They couldn't go into the promised land with wrong thinking or the wrong set of beliefs, because they had slavery mentality and I can't do this because I would do that, but no, you literally say, yes, I can. If you can't say, yes, I can, then guess what? You'll be back again and you'll get to try it again from the leaders of what you left. So what I'm trying to get at is you literally need to go and read. There's like 4 categories of people. One will read the Bible and they'll just go, oh, wow, that's a nice story. There'll be others that read it and say, oh, there ain't no God, I can't believe you believe in that crap. Then there'll be others that will say, okay, what's more to the story? And then there'll be the other group, like that lady over on the West Coast. Well, I could tell that you're studied, but I'm only going to take what I believe in, and I'm not going to read that crap because that's from Satan. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Ye of little faith, do not do any research whatsoever, yet you will literally take the book that you're reading. For God's sakes, you don't even have to leave this country. Take that book that you're reading and go over to the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. and flip to the same page. I guarantee you'll find something very interesting. It don't look the same. Why? Because in 1684, when they decided to translate it to English, who's English? There was a war going on. So guess what? The only time you ever hear of history is his story. The victor always gets to mandate what you get to adopt as true. But nobody literally does the research, because you've stepped inside this little bubble. And it's like, oh, my world's perfect. Even though it sucks, it's perfect. Well, why is it perfect? It's not perfect because you're not questioning anything. You literally have to question your beliefs. If you don't question your beliefs, then there you are. You literally get to have the life of misery that you've been begging for. And even if you're happy about it, you're still miserable because you can't do what you want to do. It's Saturday morning. I'm in Henderson, Nevada. I literally have no place to go but to talk to you and hopefully get some sense into you, so that way you'll literally say, okay, if I believe in God, why? If I don't believe in God, why? Do I believe the Bible? Why? And start doing some actual research and stop living from what you've been told. Your parents, God help them, they were doing the best they could, but they got the information from their parents. And those parents got it from their parents. See how the generation keeps passing along the same bull crap? Until someone says, you know what, why do I believe this? Until you say that, you're never going to actually step out of the trap of what's called knowledge, because this knowledge creates your future knowledge. You have to suspend that and start doing the research. Ooh, it's a pretty tree here. You have to suspend your free will, be neutral, and be open instead of being so damn judgmental, saying, well, I read the Bible and Jesus said this. Well, let me tell you this. This one's going to really blow your mind. When Jesus said, I am the only way to the Father, no one comes to him but by me. Yes, Jesus said that, but guess who just said that? I did. I, which is God in me, said what Jesus told me to say. He was nothing but a mentor. And everybody keeps going, well, Jesus is. And yeah, Jesus was probably a great dude, but guess what? He went on to be with the Father, and he left a helper. You know what it is? Dear self, dear Holy Spirit inside of me. Is there something you want to show me? Now, who's doing the work? You or Jesus? It's a collaboration. You have to meld with it. Stop being judgmental, be open, be neutral, and literally live the life you deserve. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting the same results, which is what? Look around. Do you like what you see? If you do, keep doing that. If not, do something else. Maybe even question something. Morning. But anyways, like I said, do your own research. Don't just take stuff for granted and say, well, this is the way it is. It's the way they want you to believe, so that way you're easier to control. Man took the Holy Scriptures and literally edited it so that way you would be conformed into a box that you think that you're stuck in. How do I know? Are you sitting at the house waiting for the government to give you permission to go outdoors? Why am I traveling the country when we're supposed to be sequestered? Oh, you're causing a lot of mayhem and you're supposed... No, I don't subscribe to fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. There's a reason why your leaders are not wearing masks. They're laughing at you because they know the truth. There is no pandemic. It's the normal flu. And if you expose yourself to different environments, you teach the little soldiers inside called white blood cells, or if you want to be a scientist, leukocytes, how to better fight for you. And if you literally suppress that, guess what's going to happen? Your immune system will react violently because life preserves life. So keep using the hand sanitizers, keep putting your damn face mask on, and you just go ahead and watch what happens when you don't have interactions with people. Because when you think you're safe, because they told you you're safe, they're setting you up so you'll die faster. Well, how do I know that? Go ask any doctor when a baby's constantly sick. What's the first question the doctor always asks the mom? How often are you cleaning? Oh, I clean all the time. I'm da-da-da-da-da-da. What does he always say? Stop cleaning. Let the child crawl around on the floor. Let them go and experience stuff. Let them taste stuff. Put stuff in their mouth. Why? Because right now the collective consciousness has adopted the belief that we've got to have pain to learn. I'm trying to show you how to use love to learn the next steps. So who's with me? Drop the baggage, do your own research. Whether you believe in it or not, at least have the information to create new knowledge, which creates new wisdom. Otherwise, you're going to keep on the same hamster wheel, and guess what? Round and around and around and around and around. I don't know why this ain't working. Why is this not working for me? He's getting all the best of this. The reason why they have the best of stuff is because they go out and try something. They got away from the mentality of what was told to them and said, hey, is there a better way? Morning. So with that being said, look in the description box, see how many of you actually knew what the one church did. There's so much going on. Do yourself a favor. Go study different religions. Like if you're adamant that the Muslims are so evil, go read the Quran. Now you've got the information inside of you so you can make a belief judgment according to your moral judgment. Don't just say, well, my parents said that they're bad people. My pastor said, oh, the government said they're trying to kill them. Okay, why are they trying to kill them? Have you ever studied Taoism? What about Buddhism? See what I'm saying? Don't get stuck in a groove thinking that you know everything without actually having a myriad of experiences to create a new knowledge base that will bring you wisdom that will set you free forever. Just saying. Anyways, if you don't like this video, smash the don't like. I don't really care, but it's still the truth. If you like it, share it. Smash that like button. Go ahead and share it with people that's like, hey, I told you so. It's not just me saying this. You literally have to do your own research. If you don't do your own research, then you're always going to be stuck in the same pattern. So, with that being said, if you haven't already done so, in the description box there's going to be a link where you can get on a mailing list. I'm creating a company that's called Permanent Quantum Solutions. And you're going to understand real quick what quantum actually is. That's the God force. Since you believe in God, I'm about to show you what God really is in real terms so you can actually experience it for yourself. Instead of just having some dude in a pulpit say, okay, it's that time of the service. Here comes the tin plate. Make it jingle. Some of you will get that. Anyways, check the description box below. Let me give you a little roundabout here. I'm out here in Henderson, Nevada, on a bike path going somewhere. Doesn't matter. I'm just having fun. I love the view. Trying not to get hit by people on bikes. Have a blessed day, everybody. And guess what? Go read something different from what you're normally used to reading and turn the news off. You might just realize that there's a whole other world that you didn't know about. With that being said, have a great day.